Hi everyone and welcome to today's Developer Q&A. I'm Mod Jon and I'm joined today by Mod Conor.
Hiya.
Mod Chaose, Chaose, whatever it says. Mod JD and
Afternoon.
Mod Osborne.
Hello.
So I've taken over from Mod Osborne today because he's going to be doing a lot of the talking, I'm guessing. As he usually does.
That's it.
So today we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to have a look at what we've been doing in 2015 and going over the different updates with you guys and trying to gauge what you liked, what you didn't like, and talk about that really. So if you've got any questions about any of the updates that we did in 2015, please post them in the chat and someone will pick them up for us. Cool. So we're going to start off with a straw poll. I think this is how we're going to gauge how you guys felt about this year. So straw poll in the chat very soon and vote for your favourite update. Basically, there's 24 different updates. They're not all there, right?
No, we kind of stopped short of a few, you know.
Yeah, try to keep it to the big ones.
Yeah, exactly. 24 is quite a lot. That'll do.
Yeah, there's still a solid number
Still
of
scroll
updates.
down.
24, yeah. 24 carat. Anyway.
24
The golden year.
It's like
Golden
rabbits like
year.
that, 24 carats.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the straw poll should be in the chat very soon.
Yeah.
And just vote on that, and we will pick up on the top votes from you guys. And
Kind
we'll
of,
come up with those,
chat about each one and
Yeah.
why we're surprised that it's number one.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And why the
It's
ones
like-
that we
it's like-
think are number one aren't number one.
Yep.
It's like the Christmas number one, you just never know it's going to be that one.
Exactly.
So the wrong straw poll's just been posted in the...
Oh,
no.
Nina.
Oh, it's a schoolboy error.
Blame Nina.
Okay,
There's a typo, right, Nina?
so
Team typo.
Team Typo, Team Nina just made a typo. So the right straw poll's going to be in the chat very soon.
It
Can
is
you
in
just
there
post
now.
it again? Just
Is
make
this
sure.
definitely the
Thank
one?
you. So the one
Well,
that
there was
finishes
only
in
two, so
41
I
is
mean,
definitely
there's
the one. And we will get the results from that quite soon. The other one, well, we'll come back to later, but that was just another different feature we wanted to do, which was supposed to be a kind of
a bit of a surprise,
Something
but
we'll go through it later. That's fine.
Never mind.
Okay, so thank you very much for voting on that, and we'll have a look at that in a sec once we've got the results up.
Yeah.
So other than that, how do you feel like 2015's gone for us?
It's been good.
I think it's been a solid year, yeah.
I think
Well,
one
we're
of
going
the,
to say that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Fair.
I think
Fantastic.
one of the things we were really surprised about is actually looking back, and we were going through all of the updates, and we were like, "Is that 2015?" It seems like so long ago.
Yeah.
Things like Boss
Boss
Pets
Yeah, boss
and
pets.
ports and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that seems ages and ages ago, but it was actually only January. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is ages ago.
That is
is
true, to
really
be
an
fair,
entire
but-
year, yeah.
And of course, and then you think about a lot of the stuff that came out towards the end of the year we hadn't had planned at the start of the year, and it's almost that feeling of kind of not winging it. That sounds really bad, but kind of how it evolved over the course of the year. Like a lot of the stories, we did bottle quests and things like that.
Yeah, we tried to compress a few things in, get stuff in which hadn't really had an idea of what exactly it was going to be.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the big things was how many good quests came out. I think it was a really good quest year.
Definitely, yeah.
You got Dishonor Among Thieves, Light Within, Not Within the Light, and Call of the Ancestors, Not Call of the Ancients. I was getting mixed up.
Convention Disaster.
Yeah, that's it.
Beneath Curse.
Lord of
Welcome.
Vampyrium.
Lord of Vampyrium. So it was good.
Which I bet none of which appear at the top because they're the ones that we want to be at the top.
Oh,
Okay, so the poll results are in.
Not
For now.
massively surprised.
I'm not massively surprised by the first one, to be fair.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Nor the second.
Oh, my mic's a bit rubbish. Okay.
What is the... Oh, right.
Is
okay.
it definitely on?
Right. Keep talking.
I think it's fallen off.
So have we announced which one is actually number one on the poll?
Well, they can all see it, right?
Well,
So, boss pets, right?
Yeah.
Anybody?
People love boss pets.
People do love boss pets.
So we've got Bus Pets as our 5th favourite out of 10. So we've done a top 10 for us.
Yeah.
Or Mod Chaose done a top 10 for us. And we've got it down as 5th. So we'll go through it in a bit. But yeah, Boss Pets.
Those guys are so cute.
I love that we can see it updating in real time. This is fantastic. Yeah. So Boss Pets was, as we were saying, January.
Yeah.
Came out of Boss Slayer?
That was Ninja.
No, just after Boss Slayer.
Yeah, just after Boss
It was
Slayer.
our first update.
Yeah.
We started 2015 with boss pets.
Yeah.
Good
One of the
update.
biggies is that constantly people have been asking for overrides for
Yeah.
Boss Pets since.
Wish we'd planned
I
that.
think that's every live stream.
yeah, pretty
yeah.
much.
Pretty much.
So we need to do something about that, I feel. If Boss Pets is coming top of our surprise poll.
maybe
So I
something
guess
to
we
think
started really
about.
strong then.
That's it.
First update of the year is the top update of the year.
Yeah,
Despite
I
politics,
still
guess.
wander around Lumbridge and see Ordor, you know, and
Oh, I love that name.
like
Yeah.
we sent round to all of the team to like kind of come up with names for individual ones.
Yeah, and dialogue too.
Yeah, that's it. And some people some of them we tried really hard with, and others a little bit more sketchy, I guess. But yeah, they're awesome. I still remember that little banner with the kind of KBD staring
little
up
baby
at you.
KBD, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're all so
I remember
cute.
that.
They are pretty damn cute. At some
Especially
point,
the
we're going to have to
Araxi
do
one.
more of them, I
Oh,
think.
yeah, the little
Maybe
little
not.
Araxi. So I tried doing a thing because we were looking at how we could get the boss pets to work,
Yeah.
right? And you know me and accidental updates, right? So we tried to just throw them out, like just push them in, see if we could do the overrides, and use the animations from the real version and apply it to it. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work at all.
Well, this kind of QBD with a little kind of fire wave.
No,
the
we kinda-
tiniest fire wave.
But that'd be amazing.
Obviously, it'd be great. You've got to try it.
Yeah, that's not what happened. That's not even
No.
close to what happened. No, more like kind of stretched and
That's
sprawled
it. The old
and
angled
twisted and
polygon.
turned.
Yeah.
But the Araxi ones weren't too bad
No.
until they sank into the floor and vanished. But
yeah. It
they
means
got
whenever
there.
we do a boss, that there's inevitably a kind of, so Yakamaru and Durzag, there's this
Oh
kind of,
my
wait a
God, can you
minute, can we
imagine?
have...
Yakamaru.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have loved to have put Santa hats on those as well, which didn't have time. Also, they don't have
Tiny little Santa hats.
and they don't have Christmas on Mascab, so
Yeah.
poor gobies.
I look like gobies don't even get Christmas.
Oh, that's
I
really
feel
sad.
like I want to do a song.
I could so imagine like a Beastmaster, like mini Beastmaster with loads of little beasts following him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what, so
I'm just kidding.
you have your Beastmaster and Beastmaster as his pet and his pet got it.
Yeah, like this Russian doll.
And then there's a little
Beastmaster
goby
doll.
running
Mother
after
duck
How about
and all the
boss
little
pet
ducklings.
pets?
Oh. Strangely enough, that has come up before.
It's dangerous territory.
I think we had a meeting recently where we were discussing like what we could do with pets and the
Pet
idea
hats.
of pet hats, obviously, pet fighting, level up my pet. All of these things keep coming up, and who knows? It might end up on a survey for next year. you
My
know.
Jesus sent me a picture of a pug in a top hat.
Yeah, why don't we have? I think he just wants a pug in a wheelbarrow.
We need a
Which,
pug.
yeah, I'm on for.
We need a pug.
You've got a pug.
There is a pug.
I've got a
Pug
pug
on a
jumper.
jumper.
Pug
Yeah.
jumper, but we need a pug pet.
You got a pug? His head's on fire. It's the Blazehound puppy.
Okay, moving on.
So what else?
We can maybe put that straw poll in the chat again for people who just joined, if that's possible, please.
Yeah. But number
Um,
2 at the moment.
So, yeah, number 2, raids.
I suppose it's not too much of
Unsurprisingly-
a surprise because it's quite big.
I don't
You
know.
it's-
I'm actually a little surprised that it's up that high. I love it. Like it was really good, and we still have a lot of people engaging with it.
But we were ultra wary because,
Yeah.
of course, the number of people who could play it.
Yeah.
And it's always risky if you're coming up with something that's kind of like, you know, your top 1%, 2% can
Yeah.
really
And
do it.
that's why I'm surprised. That's why
Yeah.
seeing it so high up there, when the population that can get involved with it is so small. But then again, it came out with Mazcab, it introduced the Gobies. The actual raids are really good. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
think...
yeah.
I think the other thing was only being able to do it once every 2 days.
Mm.
We were a bit worried whether people were
That
engaged
was
with
massive.
that.
I had people coming up to me, like kind of other people in QA who were saying, "Why are you doing this?" Like kind of cap in hand, please change it. And there's very good kind of design reasons for it, so we didn't kind of rinse it, and the rewards would have to be like brought down if people could do it repeatedly, like brought down a lot. And anybody who does a raid and achieves that first raid suddenly gets like 5p and a piece of coal. It's not quite the same. So we really want to.
But it's
up it.
nice having rewards quite much more common.
Yeah.
So, at least someone in the team usually gets something.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And it was great that first day. What I loved was like kind of you guys have your TV up in your up in your area.
So we are watching you all the time, guys, if you are streaming.
We had this kind of wall of streaming, and there was like
Yeah.
kind of 9 people all trying Durzag,
Yeah, the multi-twitch.
multi-twitch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yakamaru was the best. Just watching people going for hours and hours.
I think we could put money
We're
on this
getting
sort
so
of thing.
close. We're getting so close. Oh no, there's another phase. Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Recon.
funny to watch people's reactions when, as you say, when you got through to the different phases of Yakamaru, it was just brilliant.
And then that slight disappointment when people were figuring out how to cheat it, kind of like get around it a
Yeah.
wee bit, climbing up the cliffs. It's damn. You always miss something. It's the problem because you're obviously like multiplayer testing. and-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with such a big group of players for that content.
Seasoned players as well. People
Yep.
who know they know everything.
Yeah.
It's really scary delivering anything for that kind of player. They know it better than
exactly.
we do.
There's going to be so many more people playing it than we have. And also, when we first did the designs for it, it was like it's changed so much. The raids, because it was heavy on skill. Like the idea of skill is actually participating in a battle was something they had. You know, like you'd be chipping away at things or, you know, doing fishing there, and it's not quite as it is in the game.
Yeah, it's still kind of stuck around in a little way.
Yeah, there's edges of skill.
Yeah, like building the gongs and fishing the sharks. But
yeah.
One thing that the chat's mentioned is the buckets of sand prank.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Which was brilliant. Shout out to, I think it was Czechoslovak Forces that sorted that one out, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then Mod Chris, I'll give that a little retweet. And then,
Mod Chris L.
And need to mention the Gobi volleyball as well.
Yeah.
I like that people
nobody knew about it until
finally got it. Well, I like the way that you could see the team is getting twitchy. It's like nobody's found it, but I want everybody to know about it.
Once nobody found it, why would anybody do what you needed to do to find that? It was so well hidden.
Yeah, I know. We got like that with El City, just hiding titles that nobody was ever going to find, and then getting a little bit twitchy and just putting it out there on social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah, so raids,
Raids number 2.
Cool. Number 2. Number 3, Light Within.
Currently,
so
that's the top of
out
all the
of
quests.
all the quests that we released, I guess, Light Within.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that, because obviously Light Within came from a poll in which we had Seren spells and prayers attached. So obviously people are using a lot of those, kind of crystallise, and they're really kind of popular. But again, the quest is awesome too. I like it. Seren came back. Non-swimsuit edition of Seren.
Non-swimsuit edition.
When little wander back on Frenesque again, you know.
Yeah, that's
in the sunshine and the rainbows and the lovely grass. And
the unicorns.
That's right.
Did we play the same quest?
Yeah.
Would you say it was the most lore-heavy quest of the year?
There was a lot of lore this year.
I was going to say, like, Lord of Vampire was quite lore-heavy
certainly
as well.
There.
I would say so. Yeah, more so the Hero's Welcome. Yeah, it was probably most lore-heavy.
I'm just thinking that might be why it's number 3 on the list, because it did sort of provide the most lore for your buck, basically.
Lore for your buck. Yeah, I like it. But it wasn't perfect. There was still some kind of things that people had against it. Obviously, the Tarviad section, people thought was a little bit kind of menial, kind of chopping away at things. So we've learned a little bit from that.
I think we should use Tarviad a bit more in the future as well.
I think
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a nice setup. It's a good place to go back to.
Yeah, I had a pitch today to use the crystal shapeshifters in some other way. So, you know, it might not happen, but, you know, that people want to go there again.
They're a nice enemy.
Yeah.
Like, they're an interesting one to play against. So I think we should try and push them a bit more. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Or the concept of them, at least. Someone that adapts to your to your combat is really good.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the actual concepts. Like, they looked really pretty.
I say, like, you reuse the concept.
Yeah.
You can't reuse the crystal shapeshifters because it's not elf related, for example.
Yeah.
You use the concept behind them.
Yeah. But we had several aims with it. We wanted to get to know the lords and ladies a little bit more, which happened. You know, you got to see them working together and interacting a bit. Because obviously you didn't really see that in the other quest and the Elf City. Got to use the Elf City again, which is nice.
Got backstory back.
Yeah, backstory. There's some people, just to give you an idea, like a little reveal, that there's some people in the company who don't like the name Backstorian.
Really?
Because it's so obviously, it's a bit obviously backstory.
A bit?
We have worse names. We have Cake Mix, spelt KAQEMEEX.
Are we getting into the conversation about it?
No, we're not.
Can I talk about it, please?
Okay, go on.
All right, okay.
I'm just gonna.
I won't mention who came up with the name, but there was one druid that we were going to put into the game. They didn't quite make it.
Oh, I know this one.
Because obviously you've got Cake Mix and Pick Up Sticks and things like this, very kind of Asterix style kind of pun names. Well, there was also Betamax or Betamax. And so one of our staff members wanted to do kind of a sister or brother to Betamax called Floppy Dicks. And because of obviously
as in floppy disk.
As in floppy disk, it was obvious. Why not go for floppy disk to go with Betamax? And it had to be pointed out that maybe this was inappropriate. We had to change that one. So that could have been there.
So you're not naming mod names to name and shame?
No mod names.
Okay.
That would only be unfair.
I hope you realise this needs to go into game now.
This is it. That'll be a petition. I can see Rune Labs in the player power area.
No.
I'm
definitely holding down the no fort here. This is.
That's when we got to name the next troll, wasn't it? And the troll ended up being called LOL or something like that. I can imagine that being the next name of the troll. Or something.
Oh, Lol is in there. Don't you worry.
Lol
is there. God bless him. Serves us right for putting him in as a poll option. To be fair.
Yeah, so that within went down pretty well, I think, as well, from a community perspective. A lot of people who had access to the quest really enjoyed the quest.
We got so many screenshots through of like Tardiath and the beautiful area of the quest, and we got so many nice comments about the environment and how it actually seemed like a Grandmaster quest as well, which was a real sort of.
And people want to hear more about
Mod Luke F.
Oh god, yeah.
For modelling all that.
Yeah. Just one environment artist doing the entire
Exactly,
world, you know. It's like I've forgotten it. It's Mod Paul who did the entirety of Mazcab. Oh, it's not. And you know, why not do a whole world? Why
Mod
not?
Chili.
Mod Chili.
Yeah.
Mod Chili. Yeah. So that was like within. So number 4.
Number 4, Darkscape.
This was a bit of a surprise
Good
on you
times.
guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was kind of a surprise release.
I didn't even realise you
it
put
was
that
all
in with the list.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It was all hush-hush in the office before. We weren't allowed to say anything at all, which was quite annoying.
It was so
'cause we
hard
wanted
as
to-
well.
We wanted to shout about it, but yeah.
Well, we had some people in talking about I'd love an area of RuneScape that was like a way to make it nighttime and make it all dark and everything. I'm like, oh my god. I'd love to have like PvP everywhere. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Definitely a good day.
It's one of the most exhilarating days I've had as a Jagex employee. Darkscape release day.
I don't think we've done
so,
that
yeah.
since like construction. Like something that big that we didn't even mention anything. I think the most we had was like on some live streams we were saying, the ninjas are working on something else.
Yeah.
We can't really do dual
they're very
anywhere.
busy.
Yeah, every live stream we were just saying the ninjas are busy on something else.
Yeah.
I think we actually mentioned they were busy on the update we called Combat Everywhere at some point.
I know we actually have an update called
I
Combat
know
Everywhere.
we did, but I thought we said
Duel
like
anyway.
Yeah.
Duel anyway. Yeah, they were kind of busy with that, which was kind of like hint, hint. We're doing something which is combat related.
But it's Mod Pie's baby. He's loving it.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mod Pie's the dark? Oh, what's it called?
The Funny Bones
Yeah, that's the
intro.
one.
Yeah.
The Funny Bones intro just is about to go live. It's brilliant.
He tweeted that about 10 minutes before. He's like, I can't hold it in anymore.
So is the next one Dankscape? Are we doing
No.
it?
Please
okay.
no.
Thanks.
Oh.
Why am I don't want to be saying no. Why are you making me say no all the time?
We don't have Mod Neld account.
Yeah.
You're just setting me up.
Darkscape we made entirely by Mod Ronan, who was
It would have to be.
who is the
The meme
head
master.
of memes, meme master Ronan.
Yep.
That's
Anyway,
his job title, right?
Oh, look at
he's a-
that.
he's a
Look,
community
Darkscape got knocked
manager.
down one while we were
Oh,
talking
no.
about
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay, so
it. The beach.
not talking about Darkscape anymore.
They're even.
The
It's
beach.
fine.
They're even.
So the beach, number 4, even with Darkscape, the beach, that was really good.
Yeah, I think people probably don't realise quite how bold that was in a weird way. Well, no. I mean, like it's the first kind of. So it's not a team you normally produce a lot of the updates that you play.
We wanted to change those teams
Yeah.
at the start of this year, and we were heading in that direction, and then the beach came along.
Yeah.
And we wanted it was Omega who actually did it in the end.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this before, the way we sat down and what we do is look at how a month is structured and look at the things we're trying to release and then make sure that there's enough fun stuff there. And this was the start of the summer, right?
Mm.
You want to have something fun at the start of the summer. We were trying to give people like toys, this stuff to play with. And then we wanted to encourage social engagement throughout the summer. So a way to bring people together. It'd be great if there was a place to go to all your D&Ds. And it'd be great if we could like put a volleyball net inside in the box. It'd be great if we could just put the stuff in the crater and like let's make it look pretty and make it awesome.
And then it just like built and built and built and built.
Yeah. And
then somebody modelled Claudia. And
no,
then-
so we're like, oh, we need a boss for the middle. Okay. And then Mod Crayon came up with Claudia, just sketched a crazy angry lobster thing. That's great, but where the hell did that come from?
I've got to retcon some story here.
Yeah.
It was always there. You know.
Do you remember the story?
Yeah,
There's
what
some
he
mad
was
story around that.
the prequel bit, you know.
Yeah,
her
building the
throwing,
beach.
Yeah, and buckets in.
Like, oh, there's some sort of crazy lobster in one of those buckets. Yeah.
Apparently there was a little bit of divine energy left. Now it's massive.
Oh, but there's things like I never thought I would see cheese rolling again, and then it came back. The cheese rolling was there. This mad random thing that I cursed all the time, and then it kind of came back as beach balling.
Can you beat it?
I think it is actually impossible to beat.
I've never seen anyone do it.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever
Never
finishing
seen
it.
anyone do it.
I don't think anybody's ever done it. there you go. I think that just sums up the spirit of cheese rolling stroke beach ball running after.
Yeah, it's not cheese. It was a beach ball. It was very different.
It was. It was very different.
Cheese ball.
That's a very good point. Virtual leveling is not on this list. That went down really well.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Mod Pips would be delighted.
It's a full list. Yeah, virtual leveling came from Mod Pips originally.
He'd been crying out for it for a while.
Yeah, I think he sent us 3 or 4 emails over the time, and we just do we archive it or something? No, we had to do it.
Ninja just picked it up, ran with it.
Yep,
did a good job.
Yeah. So if we went through all of the updates we did this year in a straw poll, it'd probably be 100 or 200 different little pieces of things.
Yeah.
If you counted everything like that, so that's why we didn't include it.
There's some things I dropped. I mean, you could put like Death Lotus Training. That was quite popular.
Yeah.
That didn't get on there.
Was it Mod Malia?
Mod Melee, yeah, she did virtual leveling.
Virtual leveling. She did Christmas as well.
She's just done Christmas,
done Christmas.
along with our newbie model Ryan.
Yeah, just starting it off. She did all of the 2D art for virtual leveling as well.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, all the little icons.
We keep going to sprint reviews, and she said, "I've got a new one." You know, silver-headed dragon. What do you think? Yeah, go for it. It was lovely.
Just keep adding more.
So we've talked about Darkscape as well, which is number 5. Let's go to a few questions. Do you want to talk about Darkscape again?
No, you're okay. I like Darkscape.
So just a couple of questions from the chat, because it is a Q&A after all, so we need to do that part as well. So, Timic, with why is every supportive spell disabled for Onslaught? So that's probably something that we can't answer today.
We're all looking at Chaose. Just help us. No.
So I'm just going to see if we can find...
I know that there was somebody on the feed who was asking, will Invention be postponed? Which is, no, not true. It's still coming out for January. We've still got our date in mind. We're going to... I think we've got a plan to reveal the date on Christmas Day. Ooh. Perhaps.
Is that another Osborne exclusive?
Yeah, another Osborne exclusive.
Probably Osborne. It's like we're announcing the revealing of a date. It's like a trailer for a trailer.
Yeah.
That's not a reveal.
Yeah, why are you revealing something?
I feel like I've done something wrong, but I'm not sure what it is. That's the worst kind of thing that you've done wrong. I'm like
it's not so bad.
The dog next to the poo in the kitchen, just going, I don't know what I've done.
Well, that's a mental image I'm not going to get rid of for a while.
Moving on swiftly. Frank Azino, can we have an expansion the same magnitude of Zia next year? So, I was called releasing Zia. I think that the new area that we're going to poll next year is kind of similar to the size of Zaya.
Zaya gives you the impression, I mean, it's massive, it's growing, it's going to constantly update over the course of a year. I think that's how it's different from our Player Power area.
So they're starting it off in January, as far as I'm aware. I'm afraid of misspeaking here. Yeah. I'm going from memory, but Zaya has plans to be huge and continuously evolving and expanding. Yeah. And they have a good solid launch with it as well. It's very good. In terms of our Player Power area, it's a little bit more contained, but in discussions of a bigger continent, I mean, it comes up. Yeah. I can't really go any further than that.
Yeah, so just to dispel, I mean, Player Power area is going to be big. It's going to be a substantial piece of content. I mean, we're talking, you've seen the ones we put forward, Menaphos, Underwater City, Fossil Island, these sorts of things. They're not small by any means, but they're not expansive. You're probably not talking Elf City sized. You're probably talking one of the batches of Elf City, which is still that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's meaty.
Yeah, and just drawn almost, a huge amount from kind of player ideas and on the Rune Labs. And that's going to be kicking up soon. That's this month.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Incredibly soon.
Incredibly soon. So within days, that we're going to be opening up Rune Labs for the first kind of what theme you want. So start kind of jotting down ideas. Because obviously there's going to be the Fossil Islands, Menaphoses, as I've said. Yeah. But it'd be really, really nice to see some new things on there.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what
Clown City. I want these. I want to see these.
Clown City.
Yeah, Clown City. I think in the spirit of Star Wars. Lando, what have you done with this place? You Lando.
And
a couple more questions from the chat. So James Hums wants to know, are you going to open the presents that are in front of us? Unfortunately, not real presents, and there's loads of wiring underneath them. So
The mince pies are real.
The mince
The
pies
mince pies are real.
The
We could actually-
cake is a truth.
the cake isn't a
There
lie.
are
Yeah.
players hidden inside those.
Yeah.
Inside those presents.
So we could eat mince pies. So help yourself, guys. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
It's
It's just going to go wrong. You just
Wait,
know
wait,
it.
wait.
As soon as you
So-
start eating
someone's
mince
going to ask
pie-
a question
Mince pie
to
and
Yeah. I already look like I've
You
eaten all the
have to
pies
have mince
today,
pie
right?
with tea.
You have to have mince pie with tea. Yeah.
Dunk mince pie and tea.
No, you.
Should we see how many models Osborne can put in his mouth at the same time?
No.
That'll be
We
the
don't-
end of the stream.
At the end of the stream,
I
yeah.
think that's the way to end.
And next question from the chat, just before we move on to the updates again. How much has the lore and quest gone up since J.H. Osborne's new position?
So what
and will
number
there
of
be-
quests? Or?
Yeah, well, how much increase in lore and quests have we been putting into our different updates? And will there be an increase in quests next year because of the fact that you're now
Because
defining-
you're you.
I
You're
like
yeah.
that I get the position, so therefore
To be
I'm
fair-
everything's a quest
You do
now.
what you want.
The end game storyline for next year.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, that was driven from a frustration that we haven't been able to do anything with any momentum, like release things in quick succession, because that takes somebody who's got oversight over the entire schedule to say this is going to be our direction. So that was a big part of it. There was also kind of it was very hard to convince about the idea of bottle quests. I felt like before, if you're going to do a bottle quest, then it might be that was one of your 6 quests that you had in a given year. What we really want to do is show the bottle quests can go in hand with other updates.
They are the update. The smaller ones that we tend to do that don't do a huge. I'm going to say they don't do a huge amount. I mean, every update has its own value.
Yeah.
But there are things that people tend to shy away from. And the nice thing with quests is you complete them and you kind of move on.
Yeah.
So they fit into that space of somebody
No quest
having
is
small-
dead content.
No quest
Not
is
exactly. 'cause
well,
done-
it's not. There's still every quest that we're looking at. We still have hundreds, if not thousands, of people going through them every day.
Yeah.
We keep a close eye on that kind of
And you can't
engagement
forget
and
that.
what people are doing them. So
Yeah.
that while they might be technically dead content for a single person who's completed them, they're always having people come through them.
Yeah. So I mean, small things like the Law Council was set up as a kind of. I knew that I couldn't do all of the story myself, so people so can get involved and get with story and individual updates, like form quests, things like that.
You've got
But
seats
also
on
stuff
all
like
the councils, haven't you?
Sorry?
You've got a seat on all the councils.
Wait a
Probably.
second.
Yeah.
Unless there are any that I don't know about.
I thought you weren't allowed on more than one council.
that's only for Mod Ollie.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know what it is. I
Mod
think it's just
Ollie
an
only.
inherent dislike to Mod Ollie.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to get in a fight with him though.
Wow. So
Yeah.
interrupt you. Sorry.
Oh no, don't worry. And things like God Wars Dungeon 2. Talk about it. The guys are really excited about doing some story behind it and want to kind of build it around some of the stories that we're telling in the year. And I think that's come from just kind of elevating story a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks for that. So next on the list, should we go through the 10 and then we'll go
Yeah,
to
let's
our 10
do
and
it.
see how it is. So Adamant and Rune Dragons.
Who knew that'd be in the top 10?
Great move.
I thought it was worthy of a top 10 myself.
So what we've got is top 6. There have been 2 Rune Labs updates. Who says that Rune
And
Labs?
there's another one in the top 10 as well at the moment
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Waterfall
there is.
Fishing as well. Yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
Adamant and Rune was we were so chuffed when that came near the top, because we saw it rising up to the top of Rune Labs as the Guardians. And we were like, yeah, we could do some amazing things like that. Because there was me from a Dragonkin. I want to get on board the Dragonkin bus. Let's do some Dragonkin stuff. There was Mod Stew, who couldn't wait to do similar things, but also get his hands on some combat and do some elite kind of monsters, which he hadn't really been able to do before. And then we've got 2 environment artists who were like, let's go to Ketsy. I want Ketsy. And everybody was happy, and we were all really engaged about doing it. And then obviously it came out, and there was the surprise Barry. Can't beat a bit of Barry.
Still turns up every so often.
I know, and
I
you
love the
just
fact that
look
someone
at.
named him, to be fair. This is brilliant.
So what are you going to call the
monster.
celebrity dragon? Well, it's got to be Barry. It's the first name that goes in there. I like to think they're Chuckle Brothers fans, but yeah, it went down really well. We were really surprised. And if you look at the most fought mobs, I still think they're at the top. Rune Dragons.
they're pretty high.
I've not seen this.
A lot of that is because they
We-
do give you a lot of bank.
We saw a big shift when we did the high level mobs for Slayer. Watching what other things they started getting involved with, we saw Adamant and Rune jumping straight back up again. So they're really interesting mobs to fight against. They have decent drops.
Yeah.
And, it's
Challenge,
good
it's not just
reward.
click on it and wait.
Yeah.
There was
More
one
engaging.
revolutionary moment where Mod Kelpie came over and said, can you make these dragons fly? And we just sat there and thought, none of our dragons fly.
No.
You fight them. And it was just like, this is so obvious, but we need to do it.
They've all got huge wings.
And they just kind of sit there. So we're very disappointed in ourselves for never really noticing this. And obviously that all formed its mechanics. It just kind of fed into, well, it's a two-stage game, start low, fly up high.
To be fair, some of most of the dragons like deep in dungeons and stuff, so they can't really fly, can they? Just
What
like
is it with
bang their head.
dragons? Why do they keep doing that? It's like, oh, let's go where I'm at my weakest. You know, I can't actually leave.
That's because the
Challenge
schoolboy error.
themselves,
Yeah.
flying is really
I
hard.
think it's their way of saying,
You're made
come
of
at me,
metal.
bro. But yeah.
Yeah, we're made of metal. It's very
Who
heavy.
did this? Dragonkin.
I'll fly from here to here. I'm done.
I need a break.
Pop across a
That's
little
that
chasm.
cardio. Yeah.
Cool.
So
So
what's
yeah,
next?
Adamant Rune Dragons. Next, EOC Legacy mashup.
I wasn't sure even whether or not to put this in the list. So the fact
I'm
it's
really
so
happy
high.
with this one.
Yeah.
We had it there. We were talking about it a lot. It was kind of a big and scary update, and then who ran with it?
Some guy, mod some guy.
Oh no, I
That's
don't know his
still when we
mod
had
name.
Mod that guy.
It's not mod that guy.
I'm not sure it matters.
Anyway, he went. I think I can do this, and just just went flying through everything, tore the whole interface apart, moved all the pieces, created new spaces inside in Legacy,
Yeah.
went back, grabbed all the old assets, put them all back together again. It was done like relatively quickly when he got his hands on it. He just knocked
took
it
the
out.
initiative
It was
and did
great.
it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about kind of RuneScape is you can have like mode on mode,
Yeah.
like in one place with multiple interfaces, and it just shows like the diverse player base and what people want from a kind of 15-year-old game, and it's just you just wouldn't get there anywhere else. It's grand, love it.
I have you saying grand.
I'm becoming like passively Irish, thanks to you.
It rubs
That's
off.
what you get when you sit next to him. But
Yeah, I
We've
know.
had similar things in Ninja with Togglescape as well, though. It's like, oh, you want to change some options? Oh, here you go. Oh, here's some more. Oh, you want some more? Oh, this is actually getting quite big now.
Yeah, but people love it. You know,
Yeah,
they want.
exactly.
Yeah, you want to toggle most things.
At least it's centralized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
About time.
it's so much better.
So next year we're making a game called Togglescape, right?
Don't tell them that yet.
Sorry.
With the toggle drakes.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
It's happening.
Okay, so what's next on our list?
You can toggle PvP everywhere or not if you.
Minigame Spotlight.
Minigame Spotlight. Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
the one of the only.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea. We've actually been talking even about kind of holiday event style thing, similar thing, but with holiday events, which that's pretty cool. But it was a team.
The
That was,
DevCon team.
yeah, DevCon team, who didn't exist for very long. They kind of got moved around for various things. But they did Minigame Spotlight. What else?
They did our JMod tool.
JMod Toolbox.
Yeah,
There are a
that's
lot
it.
of
team events.
things for us.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea behind the team was to kind of like get lots of community events going and get people active.
Yeah.
And Minigame Spotlight did that. I think that was really good. We got the graphs of like how many people playing individual minigames.
really-
Go bam, bam.
Yeah, so the really weird thing is every graph kind of goes up and tails off. So like it goes up and tails off. But what we got is this minigame comes to here, and then this minigame matches it and comes down a little bit, and then this minigame comes up and matches it, comes down, and then when we came back around to the starting one, it went all the way back up again, and it started going. And all of the tail-offs that happen every weekend, it is a very regular pattern. They all matched. It was great.
So you're
It's
saying
not
that-
like abandon this minigame because it's not on Spotlight anymore.
Yeah.
It's actually, I'm having fun with this.
Yeah.
I'll stick around for a bit longer.
people sticking around at Conquest just that little bit longer, which is good because I love Conquest. Yeah.
You just keep passing people around.
Yeah, come on, guys, put it on the Spotlight.
That was the other thing. They never went back down to their original base because you had people who it reignited an interest in the stuff that they'd forgotten about.
And it was a good place to access a lot of, rewards that we wanted
Yeah.
to give in game.
I think the idea of like centralizing the rewards, or some of them, is was really good as well to kind of give that incentivize people to go and do those mini games.
Yeah.
Play your favourite one as well.
I still don't know what a failure is though. I mean,
I don't know where
what's
the
your
name
problem?
comes from. But
yeah, well, it's bound to be Mod Maltaire.
Mod
Just finding a word somewhere on
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
Mod
yeah.
Raven.
Oh, was it Mod Raven?
Raven.
It was Mod Raven, Mod Maltaire. I can't remember which.
I seem to remember Mark talking about it as well.
All right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We're the only ones who don't know what it is.
I think it was some sort of medieval currency, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Thoroughly confused
Okay.
when we said failure.
Failurely confused. Sorry. Anyway, that's
Move
bad.
on.
Moving on. Number 9, Prifdyness Waterfall Fishing. So another Rune Labs update.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was. I actually expected another fishing update to be higher. I expected aquarium to be higher. So this is like a.
Yeah, I thought I'm surprised
It's kind of a
aquarium's not
pleasant
there,
surprise
actually.
that waterfall fishing is higher. It got people up into the Elf City again because there's not enough people in the Elf City.
Yeah,
at the
I mean,
moment.
it's a desolate
abandoned.
area. Nobody ever goes there.
But yeah, we had the waterfall there for so long. I guess people were just looking at that waterfall going, what can we do with that?
Do a thing with that.
Yeah, that's it. Why
Do a
not?
thing.
It's really easy to fish something that's right at the top of a waterfall with no other means of getting the water back up there. I love that it's kind of this impossible water feature about the Elf City.
I love that they didn't actually create steps to the top. Like at no point did any elf go, we're all up there. Like somebody's after building all of the platforms you're out on. They're after putting all that infrastructure in. Nobody builds
They're not
a
exactly
bridge.
the tallest either,
no.
are they?
Yeah.
I think they all just looked at themselves and went, we could do parkour. We played a bit of Mirror's Edge. We can kind of...
So we've done the Priftness agility course.
Yeah, we don't need steps, let's do that.
Screw it. Just build a platform up there, it'll be fine. What about the elf who dragged up the wood?
This poor
He's
guy.
like
Maybe-
dangling off the cable with some...
Maybe they built cranes and then dismantled them,
They do have cranes, you are correct, they do. And then there's, little hermit crab up there. God knows how he got there either. But it's still I think probably one of my favourite characters from the era is
Don't
that
hermit
crab.
crabs like jump up waterfalls like
Yes.
salmon?
Have you not seen it? Bears trying to grab hermit crabs as they go upstream.
Just minding his own business, and someone just accidentally kicks him and just gets walked.
Maybe it's a relative of Claudia.
Maybe.
There's this kind of narrative thread running through the year that it's crab-oriented content. Aquarium.
That's going to be the focus of 2016.
So many
we've
crabs.
got the crab guys in Beneath Cursed Tides. It's gone out as
Don't
well.
give away the...
There's some conspiracy here.
Yeah, it's like the crab people of 2016.
Crab Wars dungeon next year.
Yep.
Siske
that's it.
takes off his mask.
It's a crab.
It's a crab in a robot suit.
No, it's a crab that's using Sliske as its home. Just kind of shuttling.
The Rapture is just crab on top of crab on top of crab.
There's so many legs. This has got legs. I love
This
it.
has got no legs. We should move on.
I was going to say, could Sliske be Dr. Zoidberg?
Why not? Only if you do the
Oh, God.
impression. There it is.
There we go.
Anyway, moving on. There is something in the chat saying, in the interest of science, with an exclamation mark, who can eat the mince pie the fastest, but we might do that at the end.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Connor's already cracking his knuckles.
Irish blood coming out there.
Not
too hard.
And last of the 10, I think it was something else before, but it's Christmas now.
Christmas and Lord of
Chris-
Vampirium are both tied, I think.
Oh, Christmas,
Christmas
and
and
Lord
Lord
of
of
Vampirium. So Christmas.
Vampirium. Very similar content.
That's the problem. We were after
Yeah.
splitting the voting base.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, that's it.
the colour schemes are very similar too.
Yeah, and it's like the final episode of Christmas where, Queen of Snow dies.
Well,
Oh, was that not out?
Oh,
Stabbed through the chin.
she was.
through the chin with her own crown.
It's fine. You haven't told her that she's a vampire.
Oh, revelation.
Kelpie
yeah,
will be delighted at that.
Christmas was taken on by you guys, wasn't it?
Was, yeah.
Oh,
Great.
Right. Good, right. So next
Perfect.
Yeah,
some snow on
we
it.
had great response just to the names of the episodes.
Yeah,
They're
brilliant.
brilliant.
We had fun coming up with them. It's
The one next week is
What?
brilliant.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but
It's
Players
on
know
the
that?
interface already.
Oh, it
so
is.
yeah, Quantum of Solstice.
which is brilliant.
It was the one we struggled with. We were going through all the
Really
bond names
was,
and we
so-
couldn't do it. And then your new starter has just obviously shown that he's perfect for RuneScape.
Is
and
that
coming up
Mother
with,
Ryan?
Mod Orion, yeah.
yeah,
It is.
coming up with possibly the most beautiful pun of all time.
It's the worst Bond film, but beautiful
We were
pun.
just looking at existing Penguin quests going, no, this one's too good. That would make an actual quest one.
Yeah.
Then we still got some
Cold
really good
Flipper and things like this, yeah.
Oh, those penguins are overlooked for far too long.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that to be the next quest series.
Well,
that
we should
people already go
probably
for.
answer that last question there in the stream. We should definitely give them that, right?
Well, Rapture is your father.
NXT release CTA?
Or tell me you love me.
Nah, that's for
Question mark?
question.
Tell me you love me. Soon TM. Yeah, of course it's soon TM.
So,
Nailed it.
Should we give our
Yeah,
sort of
give
our
it away,
announcement
go on.
though? Okay, so as a little pre-Christmas present to everyone, next week at 8 o'clock on Tuesday, we will be doing a NXT stream.
So it's 8 o'clock GMT, UTC, and
yes.
time.
So we're going to give you an insight into where we are with NXT and speak to some of the guys behind what we're doing, and just give you a little bit of an update as to where we are. So expect the chat to go a little bit crazy.
We'll be showing off some gameplay as well.
Definitely, and you can choose where we go to as well. So
bit of a tour.
Hopefully, I'm hoping that it's going to be a nice little early Christmas present for you guys.
It's going to be shiny.
It's going to be shiny.
Guys are
very shiny.
Guys were scared when we told them.
We've been quite eager to do this. Like we've been pushing them for every month. It's like every month, like, can we show NXT off yet? Not quite ready yet. Can we show it off yet? So we're quite happy that
they're emerging from their computers.
So start thinking
live in public.
Start thinking about what part of the world you want to see.
Yes.
We're going to do a bit of a tour.
Yeah.
Bit of a wander.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some straw polls in the chat, asking you guys where you want us to show, because obviously we're not going to have that much amount of time. We can't show you the entire map, so we're just going to show you a select few bits.
And so yes, we are going to do it in the live game, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be released very soon. It just means like we're going to do it in live game because we have the possibility of doing it.
Yeah, and we want you guys to take pictures of yourself in NXT.
Yeah.
Go find us.
Yes.
CM competition there.
So, Christmas, we're still going, so we
we kind of diverged a little bit, didn't we?
No, it's fine.
Number 3 went out yesterday.
Yeah.
And last part unlocks on next Monday.
Yeah.
And you've got...
What have we said? Do they know what prize they can get yet?
I don't think we've told him
I don't
yet.
think so.
Let's keep that a wee surprise.
It's awesome.
Leave it with them.
It's awesome.
I've been flying around on it while riding my snowboard. It's great.
That's a little clue, but it's awesome. Number 11.
We don't do
because it's
11.
tied. Because it's tied.
So it's tied.
Okay.
It's tied.
Okay.
So number 11, which is also number 10, Lord of Vampirium.
Which was, I think, are we revealing what our top 10 is?
We'll get there later.
It's high.
hold.
It's high up that list.
It's high on our top 10, but we'll do that later. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Lord of Vampirium. I think it's probably the most tense quest I've played. Firemaker's Curse I've always had as the most tense that I've been while playing something, but this one was...
Broken Home?
Oh, okay, Broken Home. All right. I get him because it's a novice.
That wasn't tense for me because I did it about 14 times.
What, to get your ring?
No, just testing.
Right.
Just wandering around going...
Funnily enough, testing a piece of content kind of ruins it.
This is the trouble.
Same here. It was one of the last things I tested before going to CM.
First feedback playthrough I did for Mod Rolly on Lord of Vampirium. It's like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love this place. Oh, it's so dark. Oh, it's so atmospheric. It's like, have you played Alien Isolation? It's like that kind of thing where you just kind of focused
You're in the game.
and you're just there and everything else doesn't matter.
The environment and audio teams did a brilliant job.
Yeah.
And really bring that immersion, absolutely. Though I think they would never ever do a round building ever again.
Yeah.
I think that was part of the problem.
Yep.
Round buildings and RuneScape sometimes don't go hand in hand. And
No, not sometimes. Never.
Round buildings and a grid-based system is...
Yeah, exactly. Don't we all walk upstairs like this, kind of?
They did such a good job, though.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I think one of the highlights for me was not the actual quest stuff, but all of the art that was around it. So we showed some of it off on stream. I just thought the art was amazing around it, like the tower.
It's such a shame that with quests, I feel like there's a better way of doing it. I'd really love to show more of the concept art before it comes out. A lot of the good work, but you just feel like you're spoiling something that's intended to be a surprise. And so we really struggle to find a way to kind of get people excited about the storylines.
So that's something that was good as well about that quest, that they had mood art to go with it, so we could show the mood art in advance.
Yeah, like the vampiric alphabet, that kind of thing.
Yeah, not that one, but you remember the one with the
I know, but
tiles of. I think the vampire that we showed after the release because that was part of the quest.
But there's also a lot of stuff we ditched, so there was a kind of some stuff that we could like curveball it. So this will be in the quest. No, it's not. This is all a lie.
The vampire storyline has a very distinct art style. Like it looks
black and red.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, and it made us realise like we wanted to take advantage of the stuff we created for that content, because strangely enough, spoilers, we haven't really been in the castle now, not yet.
Wait, what?
and so like it just lent itself to doing a finale like in short succession, like doing one in 2016, and The guys have already got a storyline down in place. They're excited about it. Obviously, it starts getting more expansive because we're bringing Varrock in. You've got the Salve, Patadomus. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That kind of standoff. You just got to look at that concept art of the, Jared kind of going after King Rold. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. So that was the top 10 from the straw poll. We'll share our top 10 in a minute, but before that, can we put the second straw poll we have? So this is something that we thought it might be nice to find out as well. Is like, what was the favourite community-focused RuneScape event, competition, or initiative? So this is something more focused.
It just rolls
around,
off the tongue.
I know. We tried to think of a more pithy title for it. But
Is there an acronym?
I'd love to see that.
So it is the WBUFCFRECOITE.
Perfect.
So simple.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is something that me and John felt we should ask you guys. Obviously, we're both in community management. We're both interested to see what you guys enjoy, what kind of content you like. That's focused more around the community. So, it's actually quite close so far.
Option 4 seems like it's cheating. It seems to have.
Well, it's
accumulated
difficult to
Come
encompass
on.
Christmas into.
Should you say just everything?
Yeah, everything number 1 and that's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I'm not surprised to see what's number 1, if I'm being honest, but.
Is that? I mean, that's where you saw most people.
Yeah,
Like,
I
coming
mean,
to watch.
number 1 is bot busting streams, and
Yeah.
we can say we will be doing more of those
We'll be
in
doing
2016.
more. Yeah. Well, definitely for Game Blast, but other than that,
Is it the Schadenfreude of watching these people burn?
I think so. Yeah, it's
I hate
really,
these guys.
it's
I love
really
to see them
it's
die.
really enjoyable actually doing it. Like it's quite cathartic and quite you do get Schadenfreude. It's amazing. You get a real buzz out of it, and that's not me being a sadist, but
You basically just sit there at home doing it, don't you?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, but it's brilliant.
I know that my brother really enjoys doing it as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be doing more of those in 2016. You got those to look forward to. It's a Game Blast. I think is probably the next one that we'll do. So you got that to look forward to. RuneFest, unsurprisingly.
RuneFest.
Yeah,
Two.
so that also includes a RuneFest stream for the people who weren't
Yeah.
present at RuneFest.
I always get emotional.
RuneFest,
when we
that
talk
was
about
alright,
RuneFest.
wasn't
It's
it?
amazing. I love it so much.
It was very hectic on
Yeah.
the stream side.
The
but
most
it was
stressful
very
day of my
fun.
life.
The
I
It was
think.
experience
very
is
stressful, yeah.
So different for each of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get backed into a corner of questions. The question corner where people are just talking about updates or story, and I just can't be everywhere, and I love it. But you're at the stream all the time.
Yeah. I think I probably sat down for about 2 minutes over the course of the whole day, and that was actually on the streaming sofas in front of the cameras.
That
So
was 2
run
minutes
on
more than me,
adrenaline.
so you're really fortunate.
Yeah.
So it was stressful, but it was really enjoyable, and it's really great to see sort of everyone who loves RuneScape all under one roof. Well, obviously not everyone, but a load of RuneScape players all under one roof.
We're almost like secondary here. What people come to RuneFest for is to meet each other, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All these kind of people who've just been names on a friends list or clan list, you know, and then suddenly you're meeting and talking. It's great. I love it. Get very emotional.
Yes.
And you just shouting on a stage and occasionally clambering onto mirror balls.
No, nothing ever happened.
Was
I blend into the
on-
background.
Was that on the? That wasn't on the stream, was it?
Nobody saw that.
You can't
You'd be
prove anything.
surprised. You actually can't find that. Doesn't happen. Never
Yeah.
happened.
If
Nothing.
anybody could find that on the internet, we'd really like it. Thank you.
If you could make a GIF out of it, maybe with Miley Cyrus,
There
possibly.
were no cameras allowed in the room at that point in time.
Him and the guy from Chat Roulette. Yeah, I can see this. I can do it.
I'm scared, Dave.
Number 3 is the
We
beach.
kind of included this because,
You're stealing the beach.
well,
Well, it's
What-
a
what is
community-focused event, isn't
Yeah.
it? You said it yourself. It's meant to be social.
Well, yes.
So
You totally stole the beach.
so this isn't.
We put a
only-
stage.
we stole Christmas as well. That's on
You did
there.
So it's not just solely community management team focused, but the beach is a very community focused
Yeah.
activity. That's why we wanted to put it in that list, because you got the community feel when you're on the beach, and
Yep.
that's what I felt when I was playing on my Tube account. I'm going to the beach, and everybody here is on the beach having fun and stuff.
Yeah.
We had
That's
to
good.
compete with Elf City to try and draw population away from there. It's very difficult.
Well, it was also. I think it was released on the same day as Heroes Welcome. I think.
It was one of those slow builders, so people didn't.
Yeah.
So people were going to do the
Yeah.
quest, kind of drew people away from each other. And then the beach just kind of like became this big popular behemoth.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I really
and
think
then obviously it
that-
refreshed and escalated.
But the
further.
quick access to the D&Ds was quite nice.
Yeah,
Like,
I think we'll
just
do
the
that
fact-
again.
You could go in there, you had these doors available to you, you could meet everyone, and then
Yeah.
you could group up and go.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Everyone was saying they'd like it to be a more permanent bit of content.
Yeah.
That's the problem. As soon as you go permanent, so when you go
Introduce the
permanent,
special.
different things happen.
Yeah.
So first of all, that XP rates, those XP rates you knew and loved from the beach, say, can't be a permanent edition.
No.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so they then become less attractive, and then it just creates the kind of the not the dead content, the clutter question, which is, do we want this on the game world permanently? Is this something that fits a niche that satisfies something?
Yeah.
And so we had this question with things like Halloween. Ixalan and Amaska, you know, they're lore heavy. This could be a permanent area in game, but it just, you're designing a very different piece of content as soon as it becomes permanent. I think we could, yeah. I do like the beach though.
Find a
And is
space.
that what you want to do with the Lumbridge Crater? You know,
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
you wanna
no,
fill it
I was just posing the question because
Yeah.
I know it's come up quite a lot. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, watch
because we've
this
done so
space.
much in Lumbridge Crater.
It's a nice
you know.
space. It's nice and big. There's not many obstacles. You can fit lots of little things in there.
Like
It's
a
like that nice
giant
op-
bonfire.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly. So things happen there as well. You know.
It's like a nice open space in town where you can just host a market when you want to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I think that
Like a village
next
green.
summer.
Did we ever show the picture where Mod Ollie accidentally mapped down Gothics in there? And his head was popping through the crater.
Yes, we showed that on Good Morning Gillinor, I think. Did we show that on Good Morning
I
Gillinor?
don't think we did.
I thought it was Bug of the Month, one of the Bugs of the Month.
It might be something worthy of Bug of the Month. I can't remember.
Might
Oh
be.
no,
It's
it
this
was
kind
a
of-
head that had popped out
The
of
giant
cliftiness.
head and
Yeah.
hands,
okay.
So we-
that's right,
yeah.
Yeah.
To
So we
ruin
got a
it,
thing.
to ruin it, it's a Gothic's peekaboo through Lumbridge Crater.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely need to try and get that one.
Let's see if we can find that one for tomorrow.
Gothic's the sequel, 2016.
Gothics isn't returning. Back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Famer.
Sorry, guys.
And
I love which paintball.
5, I guess. Game Blast
Yeah, coming
Yeah.
back in
coming back in February.
February, I believe.
February, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, I don't think
There's
so.
still
Towards
some
the
things
end.
we need to coordinate.
Yeah, we
but
need
yeah.
to fix a few things.
Mm.
Yeah,
That is so much fun though.
we love it.
Yeah.
It's so tiring, but so much fun.
You try to
The-
do 24 hours of like
the-
pure gaming.
The desk chair race was single-handedly the best thing that has happened in the last year, in my opinion.
That was really late.
Why is
on
that
as
not
well.
on there, by the way?
Well, he didn't call it out specifically.
Yeah, we should have called that out specifically.
Yeah, but cracking charity, great day of work, very rewarding.
And it's it's on
Huge
it's on
amounts
YouTube.
raised,
If
thank you.
if you've not seen it, it's on YouTube, and it is absolutely brilliant. Watching Matt, I can't remember if it was Matt or Darren just screaming into Mod Balance's face to keep going just has me in bits every single time.
Well, to be fair, my Burns screaming at the random food challenge that he had as well. That
Yeah.
was quite good.
Oh.
Anyway,
We've got all that to look forward to.
yeah, you need to convince him to do it again this
Yes.
time. So, our top 10 of the year. Should we go through that quickly before
Yeah,
we
go
do
for
our
it.
mince pie challenge?
Yeah.
Oh,
so this
yeah.
is this us grouping together to choose ours? This is probably not going to be everybody's top 10 as we've
It's
just
not
proved.
everybody's. This is Mod top 10, which we kind of
Just pass the buck.
You can't. You put the blame. Sorry.
we kind of agreed with this because
Yeah.
we can't give like 5 different top 10s on stream, right? So, number 10, the beach.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good choice. We talked about that. I
Good
think.
fun, yeah.
Number 9, Raptors Challenge. So
Yeah, that was November.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
not long
November.
ago.
Yeah. That was kind of taking inspiration from the Wandering Slayer Master ideas on Rune Labs. We went through so many brainstorms about what that could be.
Yeah, we tried to give something. We had all of the high-level mobs. Tried to give something that spread a little bit beyond that.
Yeah. And there were some no-brainers like Ripper Demons. We were all looking at those kind of Wolverine claws going, yeah,
Still-
I want some of those.
Still on the wyverns. They're so good.
Another highlight was the doing the Ripper Demons live on the stream on the we
that
had the
was
screen on the
amazing.
background and we had it live from one of the Ripper Demon caverns even.
Slaughter
So
behind
players
you.
just
Yeah,
start turning
players,
up
players are
and-
starting to they figured out where the camera was and or the Orb of Oculus was, and they were just standing in front of there. And every now and again, someone would draw a Ripper Demon over there and just absolutely wreck them on stream. It was
there was
absolutely
one
brilliant.
point where all the Ripper Demons just decided to like, coerce towards the players. It was
Yeah.
just amazing.
It was
My
so
favourite part was Mark LP's fashion judgment.
Yeah, that's
Wearing.
2 out of 10.
And no Scarface, we don't get into trouble if we play RuneScape at work.
Well,
Ish.
within reason.
If you're not doing any work,
Yeah.
It's really easy to make it seem like work.
But we know.
We know.
We know.
it's research.
Yeah, you need to research the content.
Yeah.
All right, what's that?
8, aquarium. So that wasn't on the top 10 for that you
I was
guys voted.
surprised at that.
I was
Actually.
disappointed because I really liked aquarium.
Yeah. That and Big Cats was the last thing that I designed before moving over to
Big cats.
Big Cats, as we called it in-house.
Yeah, the WWF.
WWF.
Aquarium.
Those two were both. We kind of designed
okay.
them at the same time.
That and
that and Big Cats,
I didn't
and
hear you.
before going into becoming lead designer.
Have you not,
so I miss it.
have you not got a jaguar in a diving suit in your aquarium? we didn't.
I missed the Easter egg.
I'm sure
feel like we missed the
WWF
trick,
are happy with this, that we are dunking giant cats in our aquariums.
The BTS as well.
Oh, that was
Mod
the best.
Codborn.
Mod Cardboard. It's very rare that Mod Mark comes over to my desk and says that we probably shouldn't have done that in a BTS. He said that with that. He came over and said, "Yeah, that aquarium one. Not sure about it."
I thought it was brilliant.
great.
I thought it was brilliant.
I thought it was
Hilarious.
brilliantly
It's done.
cringeworthy.
It's out there. I can't stop it. There is somewhere me in a tutu, somewhere me as Santa, somewhere me fist pumping Elfborn as
Somewhere
well.
you as Mary Berry.
I think we all know what that is. That's at the bottom of Reddit. I feel privileged. And so,
So 7, Tusker World event. So that has been mentioned.
yeah,
Something that we worked quite hard on.
I think because there were some people who loved it, some people who didn't, and
Yeah.
it was such a Marmite update. But I was starting to
Yeah.
get my gains there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was nice trying to
I
make
like
it a
that.
permanent. Like this is one of the things where we made it permanent afterwards.
Yeah,
We don't see the same engagement because it didn't have the same kind of meta system behind it. And it's one of the reasons we have to consider what we're doing with permanent updates.
yeah, you're absolutely right.
And it was a nice lead up to raids as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So 6, Light Within. That's up there again.
yeah,
Yep.
cool.
Agree with that one. Boss Pets, number 5.
Boss
So-
Pets. Yeah, so that was number 1 here.
Yeah.
Number
Number
five.
5 for you.
Number 5.
It's
Number
the
5
trouble,
for
we've
us,
got
should
so
I
many
say
great
us?
updates.
Yeah,
It's
us.
difficult to
Yeah.
put them in order.
Number 4, Dimension of Disaster. So it's on
Oh,
it.
That's
yeah.
It's a really good
That's
story.
up in here.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Nice
that.
celebration.
yeah.
Like-
It was a nice celebration. Transit Quest.
It was quite nice to just sit there and celebrate what RuneScape is for quests. There's not many games that has 200 kind of campaign length quests. Ones that you
Yeah.
really get your teeth into.
With that much lore as well.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to kind of riff on those, take the mickey out of ourselves. We've released Demon Slayer, I think, about 20 times now in various forms. We're just kind of taking the mickey out of us for that. Tiny Zemmer Eagle is always going to be a highlight for me.
Yeah.
Tiny Zen was great.
Pudding,
Yeah.
pudding is out of
Yes.
The
was-
party
it was-
hat.
Yeah, it was nice just to jump in and go, wow, I'm a noob again. This is weird. I remember this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
People training cows.
I know.
These kind of max level players hitting cows.
Can you
That's beautiful.
And failing.
Yeah.
can you trade me a steel sword? I need a steel sword.
Yep.
Iron just isn't cutting it.
Yeah.
Is that pun intended? Or?
Maybe.
It is now.
I've been here too long.
So that was number 4. Number 3, Raids. So, mentioned Raids before. Number 2, Dishonor Among Thieves.
Yeah, I had the privilege of working on this, and it was so much fun. Just getting so many cool characters that were relatively shallow. Just going, let's give a bit more depth. Let's build
Fleshed
up.
out a lot.
Let's
Some
Let's
of them
get-
were in books. Or only
I know,
in
right?
books. Old Jared.
So we got Jared in from the novels.
And he looked great. He was my favourite character mod until V.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Poor
yeah.
V.
Yeah.
Poor old
That
me.
puzzle at the end, though. The balancing puzzle.
Oh,
Did it
that
make
was
you cry?
amazing.
It made me want to cry.
When we had Modine here, he came over and said, mate, that's the best puzzle I played in years.
Quite a good impression, actually.
So, from that man, who's generally quite a combat heavy man.
Yeah, he is.
That is quite
high
I think
praise.
it told me a lot because I remember coming back with feedback saying the stealth puzzle, I can't do it. I can't do it, change it for me. And you guys just kind of went, no, all of us have done it. Go away. I didn't have any power at that point.
Go be better.
Yeah, exactly. Just do better.
Yeah, it was really fun just juggling all that stuff around. But,
Yeah.
yeah, it was nice to give a to big up the Zamrak a bit, because he's in the past he's not been the.
You look at like 2016 and you see how many of those characters are going to be big players. I mean, obviously you've got Zamrak, which you helped create the character for. Nomad, like from a poll, then become big player in Dishonor Among Thieves, and is now getting his own quest again.
That's right, yeah.
In 2016,
He's a fan favourite.
Jared's gone down really well. I can see him popping back. You know, I think
plenty of other Marjrak.
It's a good base for stuff.
So, yeah.
And your top, Lord of Vampirion, so number 1.
You're a bit of a quest hound, though.
It's my
Bit of a quest hound.
It was my favourite quest of the year.
I still think we should make the Lore Hound.
The Lorehound.
Just thinking of it.
The Lorehound's in there. Oh, the actual Lorehound. Yeah, we've been talking about a pet.
A thing.
What would it do? That's the question. I really want to know what this pet does.
I'll tell you later.
Does the Lore S-Hound in RuneSpan not count?
No, absolutely not.
Nice pun.
And that about wraps up this stream.
Awesome.
It's been an hour already, so
Jeez.
Anyway,
I was hoping people had forgotten about this.
I'm just eating a mince pie. I don't know what people are talking
enjoy
about.
your mince pie.
So apparently we're not doing the mince pie challenge. All right.
I'll take you on, Dave.
Yeah.
That is actually a good challenge.
Oh, go on then.
Are we coming to a close?
Is this going to be the awkward climax?
This is the awkward climax. So at this point we say.
I need to actually get
So,
out of
before we do this
tinfoil
mince
prison.
pie challenge, any streams that we want to mention?
Oh yeah, probably tune into the NXT stream next week.
Also tomorrow
8 o'clock.
morning.
That's it. I think there's one in the morning, isn't there?
Sorry?
I think there's one in the morning, isn't there?
Yeah, there's one
Yes.
tomorrow morning, 9:30
Half past
game
9.
time, UTC and GMT, so 9:30 is Good Morning Gideon. Mod JD and myself are going to be presenting some things that we've been seeing through the community.
And we're going to be wearing Dave-esque Christmas jumpers as well.
Yeah.
So
And we'll also have Mod Ramen
Pugs.
on the sofas trying to beat Mod Chaose's time
Not going to happen.
on QBD. So QBD in a reasonably priced armour. So with that said, we'll see you later, guys.
Merry Christmas.
And
Cheers. Merry
we can
Christmas.
see how this works.
Wow.